Do we need a mic or?
I've kept it. We are the poor people, so we usually go back and we'll send a mic there. SHAHRUKH, welcome back to Sydney.
Thank you very much, sir.
The entire community is eagerly waiting for tomorrow. And we are so excited that such a big show is happening after a decade or more. And how do you feel performing in a place like this where the expectation is so?
Well, I just hope we do well. I think we have a nice show. We have an amazing amount of talent. You can't ask for better than Madhuri Dixit. Perhaps one of the biggest living legends of Indian cinema. Rani Mukherjee, who's absolutely fantastic. And Jacqueline, who's on the verge of becoming one of the new faces that we'll see for many years to come. Honey is there. So it'll be a nice, interesting evening. I hope people will think of it as a good party and enjoy themselves. I do shows more for the reason of performing, because I don't think I'm some great performer. But I do it mainly so I can interact with the audience, give them an evening to remember in terms of pride, happiness, or being linked to the subcontinent in our cinema. So hopefully they like it. I think we did well in New Zealand. I don't know, I can't tell.
We got a very good review.
So I hope people like it here. We'll tighten it a little bit. That was the first show, so after I finish working with you, then I'll go and change a few things around to make it a little more interesting.
The Facebook is buzzing with a good show we had in Auckland. What is so great there? What did you do that people are writing in the Facebook and people are tweeting about it?
I think people are just very gracious. I think they just miss home. They like the fact that you have a gallery of Indian showcasing the music and latest ones and the older ones. I've always believed that a film or a theatre or any performance is made by the people who are watching it, not by the artists who are performing. We do our job. It's going to be some days fantastic, some day good. There's a limitation to what we do, but it's how the audience comes, in what state of mind they come. So I think in Auckland they all came with the mindset of having a great time, and I'm sure that's how it's going to be in Sydney and Perth. And I've been fortunate enough that most of the places that I've been to around the world in the last few years, most of the people come with that mindset. So I'm sure when people come here with happiness and this festival already going out here in Sydney, I think they'll come with happiness, and hopefully it'll give them another couple hours of happiness to take back home.
Are these shows a little more difficult than the movies? Because in movies you do takes and retakes, and here you have to do in one go everything. Does it put a little pressure on?
Well, yeah, live performance is always a little more nerve-wracking than just performing on. Though I don't think when you're giving a shot for a film you feel that I can do it again. You try to get it right the first time. And here also there's no chance of a retake. So if it goes wrong, it goes wrong. You cover it up. You have enough people to fall back on. The backup dancers are there. Sometimes I forget something and Madhuri will tell me, well, this is wrong, or I guide somebody else. So it happens. It's actually a lot of give and take. And if you're having fun, I've always believed, I've done the big show that I did was Temptations many years ago, 8-9 years ago. After that I haven't really done a big show. These are offshoots of that show. It's not really as big as that. The good thing is that if you have a good team, if you don't have a good team which is thinking of itself like a family, I don't think the show goes well. It's not about the mistakes you make, but if it goes wrong, and there are a lot of things that can go wrong. Technologically, the sound can go wrong, the lights can go wrong, some little cue can go wrong, and it does. In every show, as many as you do, it always will go wrong. But if you're a backup team and you guys work like a family, then you still have fun and put it behind you, go for the next show, do it better. Or sometimes covering up the mistake itself is an interesting take for the audience. So yeah, you feel a little nervous, but you all stick together and just go for it and do it.
Yesterday I was watching a Zoom TV and they were talking about this show happening in Australia. That coverage was 15-20 minutes of coverage. And they were giving credit to you for naming the tickets as Kuch Chennai Express and all that. So where did you get that idea of naming the tickets the way you have done it, which is an excellent way. And Zoom was really praising, okay, you have done something and you marketed it so well in Sydney. And there was, so I just want to know.
Actually, I get credit for more ideas than I actually should. You have a team of people, Cine Yog and everyone who's part of it, even in my films. I hardly do anything. I just sit down and agree with things when a good idea comes up. So the team was thinking of naming tickets like this instead of putting tags to it price-wise and making it sound strange and like a business. And yes, the tickets are a little expensive because these shows are big. We are 100 people traveling, and we want the production quality to be good. But somewhere down the line, we don't want it to sound like we are taking away from the audience. It's unfortunate. I wish when I do stuff in my own city, like in Kolkata, when I'm doing cricket and all, I try to keep the tickets so cheap because the coverage is good enough. But I think things are getting expensive, so you have to do it. So to make it more, how do you say, less aggressive looking. It's nicer to name them in a way that people enjoy the fact that they're buying tickets or films.
Your chemistry with Madhuri has been excellent on screen, and this is the first time we'll be seeing. How did you decide of Madhuri coming to a stage show after such a long time?
Very many years ago, I remember we were in, I think I was performing in Atlanta, I think. And Madhuri just gotten married and was staying in Denver. And I called upon her, I said, please come down and see a show. And she came down. I said, I wish I could do a show with you. And I think she kind of had got into raising the family. For some years she's been out of touch. And recently, a couple of years back, I think she shifted back to India. And I've been meeting her now on her shows and otherwise personally at home and stuff like that. And I've been very close to her. For years I've done some great cinema. I was a nobody when she agreed to do a film with me, Anjam. And she's one of my best friends and really, really kind and a great artist. So whenever there's an opportunity, so she kind of mentioned, those live shows I really enjoy, and she genuinely is a fantastic live performer, I think, better than anyone can be. So she kind of said, we could be doing something, and so I requested her. I said, we're doing these 3 shows just now, and if you would be kind enough, take out some time and we can work something out. So she consented. So it's very sweet of her, and I really enjoy with her because apart from the fact that she's a great performer, apart from the fact that we've done some really interesting Indian cinema together, I think what is more important is we get along well. And I think in a show, a tour is a little tiring, and it's very important that people have a good time. And she's really close to me. So, and I'm very happy that a lot of people will see her live, which even to me when she's performing. Whenever yesterday, day before, I couldn't get a chance because of the first show. But now I know the breaks I have. We all stand behind and watch Madhuri dance. All of us, Rani, myself, Jacqueline, and we're like clapping. And so for us also, it's a great moment that everybody gets to see Madhuri Dixit dance live for such a big audience.
You said Madhuri did a movie with you when you were just starting your career, and you respect her for that. And I remember you doing a documentary with Miss Chopra, where she had done a documentary on your life, and you said you are the people who loved you, but you was no one, the people you love, you trust. There are very few people in this today's world who still respect the people who loved when you were no one.
I think I'm very fortunate. I started off, I'm an outsider. I don't have a family background in Mumbai, and when I came down, I truly believe most of the ladies, Juhi Chawla, Madhuri Dixit, Sridevi, and Kajol, Rani, Preeti, they are my contemporaries, more so my contemporaries, but they were people from the film industry. And I do remember when I did my first film, both of them, Madhuri and Juhi, I know, when I went on the sets, they made me feel like the most special actor. And they're great talents, and they're my very close friends. And what they would do is, at that time, or maybe I don't know even if it's the system even now, big star is always asked, would you like to work with a person who's not such a big star? And I think it's they were on top of their game, and for both of them to say, what, we found you very interesting, and we wanted to act with you because you're extremely charming, and we wanted to see how it goes. They could have taken any other actor, and to me, I truly believe that my stardom for the last 20 years rests extremely heavily on the shoulders of all these ladies. They've really helped me a lot, and then all the love stories that I do, I feel extremely warm and loving, when I'm doing those love scenes. I'm a very shy person, and to me, to be able to come and act like that, like I do with them, and joke with them, or even do the intense scenes, it's very difficult. I need to have a huge amount of confidence in my partner. So they've instilled that confidence in me, and I truly believe, like people talk about godfathers in the film industry. I have some amazing godmothers. So these are my godmothers. Not age-wise, they're much younger than me, and they'll always be younger than me. But otherwise, I think they've been really, really important in my life to help me become who I am.
Tomorrow, will we see you breaking bottles on your head?
If you come on stage and you offer me your head, it looks very, very inviting. I would. If you insist, I'd do it for you.
Anything you want to say to our fans who are coming tomorrow?
Yeah, just thank you very much for being so gracious and warm. I hope you enjoy the show. We built it with a lot of love. There are a few slip-ups which we'll try and improve. But I can guarantee you one thing, if you come with a state of mind of having a great party and enjoying yourself, you'll have a great time. It's very interactive. We have some new people like Honey singing, and, who are good performers. You'll enjoy the dance and singing they do. And I do this interaction bit which I've done for years. But I'd like people to come on stage and dance with me, and of course you're going to be subjected to some fabulous dancing by Madhuri and Rani. And Jacqueline is extremely attractive and beautiful, so she's got these amazing songs that she's doing. So it'll be nice. It'll be hopefully a great 2.5 hours of fun and add to your festival, and something that I really cherish because I get to see so many of you. So thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Is there any plan of your son coming to movies soon?
I don't know. We don't talk about that at home. It's up to him. He has to study. I believe if you're not educated, you can't be a good actor.
True.
So he's just in 10th now. 5-7 years to study and decide what he wants to be. So hopefully, if he likes it, he can do it.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Can we take one picture with you, please? You're so humble.
You're so humble.
Zakir Hussain is the only person I find humble.
Okay.
You are.
Thank you. Thank you. You're very kind.
Because I want everything.
My phone was there.
I forgot when you come first time here.
Oh, wow. Oh, all right.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks.
You want to go?
No, come, let's go. Yeah, I'm fine as well. Shahrukh, how you doing?
I'm good.
You saved best for last. I'm the last interview.
I'm sorry to keep you waiting.